entendre.
It was, but then it became. So this is when everyone wanted you.
I was already incarcerated, and they were offering me millions of dollars.
But you talk about in, I didn't know that, you're incarcerated, Rikers Island, and there's a bidding war because, as one of the people, I think Lori said in the documentary, that you now had this alleged shooting, this criminal case, and it made you to the music industry authentic, that the industry was looking for that.
I think Nori was talking about the bidding war that took place before I actually signed my first record deal.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kenny Dixie. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Monday, November 18th, 2024. I meant to say 2024. Why I say 2022? I'm so 2 years stuck behind. But hey, we got a lot to get to. A big fight came up, and the outcome of that came in through with Tyson and Paul. We'll get that coming up. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHeroConnect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take. Let's get to the nitty-gritty with the big story. The big story this week is Mike Tyson proved age is nothing but a number. Yes, Mike Tyson fought YouTuber Jake Paul in a huge Netflix boxing event that was touted for this past summer. Then it had to get postponed. For now, it did not disappoint. Let's look back at some highlights of this fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson right now.
Tyson's wanting to see more action. Waboto, Evander Holyfield, you get the gist.
And everybody was saying,
land this jab right there that really knocked Jake back. But then we see, the right hand grazes.
To the returning legend. Nice body shot. Paul, 12 of 53, 23%. Tyson coming up in that fight with
That mouthpiece.
left hook. Triple left hook.
Right there, and knocked Mike off balance 2 times. And Mike was threw a good right to the body. Pushed Mike off balance again because Mike wasn't ready for it.
He's turning into a boxer.
Yep, good shot.
And again the left hook by Paul. Right hand lands for Paul.
Here we see Paul look down and come over with overhand right.
Wow.
Right on Tyson's nose. Good shot. A little bit. And then you see a left hook right there that was partially blocked by Mike's shoulder. But then Mike landed a left hook on the neck. Landed throwing a jab hook right hand, followed by a hook.
2 minutes.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson pulled no strings in the first round. The first 2 rounds, Mike Tyson was looking strong, looking like he was going to knock Jake Paul out. And then Jake Paul came back with some knocks, some rope-a-dopes, and tried to knock Tyson out. But Tyson held strong throughout the whole entire match, the whole entire rounds. And I give Mike Tyson that. Mike Tyson did not, he was staggering a little bit, but he still was holding his, he still was doing this like he took it. But, you know, people were concerned that Tyson's age and his neurological well-being. But Mike Tyson held his own, even to the point that folks said that it was scripted. You see right here, this script right here, that maybe they was trying to play out what they wanted to play out, like it was WWE or something. It came out to that. But Jake Paul won through an unanimous decision. Jake Paul held his own. Mike Tyson showed, people gave Mike Tyson his flowers. They showed support for Big Iron Mike. Iron Mike Tyson, one of the greats and one of the all-time greats. He was a killer back in the 80s and the 90s, even a little bit in 2000s. But Mike Tyson showed proof, but age is nothing but a number. Well, Mike, speaking of Mike did, he held strong, but he wrote this right here that the reason he didn't perform the way he did because he almost died this year. Mike Tyson said that he had to take it slowly, and there was a real heartfelt letter about his status, and Mike Tyson will go down one of the greatest of all time. No doubt about it right here. Also, too, in other news, Mike Tyson looking forward to his new opponent, and he won't be looking further right here.
I don't know, maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please, no.
It is on then.
Just don't step on his toes. Is all forgiven comes to mind.
Yeah, Mike Tyson said he wants to take it down with Logan, Jake's brother. And Logan Paul, he's a big name in the sports world, especially in WWE. He's a former United States champion. And Logan, is some people say that Logan's real good in WWE, doing what he's doing. So Logan Paul could be Mike Tyson looking in his eyes at Logan Paul. And we'll see how that's going to go. Well, we move on to celebrity news. We tell you that in the Mike Tyson fight that a lot of celebrities came out. Even President Trump was there. President-elect Trump, Elon Musk, they two cozy buddies, Kid Rock. A lot of people were there trying to show their support for the well, it was a UFC fight. Yeah, it was a UFC fight. Even a lot of people going on with that. Well, speaking of that, a lot of celebrities announced they're leaving X, the platform, due to the terms of service that controversial owner Elon Musk has applied to X. And Elon Musk not wasting no time. Elon Musk got a lot on his plate that he's going to be running DOG, Department of Government Efficiency. He wants to make sure the government tackle all the debt with temporary hardships that Elon said, along with Vivian Ronnie. They want to make sure that your dollars at work. Well, a lot of people want to make sure that they're leaving X with their dollars at work. We're hearing Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Lemon, Gabrielle Union, and a host of others. Well, Elon would say this.
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
But
Go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Yeah, Elon don't give a if you with him or without him. He don't care. Elon Musk is a character. I mean, he's a stupid businessman, but he's a character, and then Donald Trump's a character. But don't be you got to pay attention to Elon. If Elon's getting close ties with Trump, I watched the thing on X called Art of Surge. Elon is really in bed with Trump. Elon's kind of slowly. You gotta watch Elon. Elon's gonna be the one that's gonna be one day may run this country. You never know with Elon going with that. So we'll see with Elon. All right, we move on to talk shows. On talk shows. On today's show, there is a changing in the guard coming in the beginning of the year. We know that Hoda Kotb announced that she's leaving. Well, Hoda announces her replacement, and you won't be surprised. Take a look.
People to know, like you, I didn't have sisters, but you guys are the sisters that I never knew that I needed.
Or
and
wanted.
I mean that. To inherit this from you, you've been the heart of this place for a long time. You helped save the show.
Yes.
You helped save the show.
Y'all say that.
You helped save the show. And to be able to sit next to someone who I knew was smart for years, and all of a sudden you start working with her, you're like, wait a minute, she's funny too.
Got all the things.
I'll try not to screw it up.
Yeah.
My God!
I knew that this day would come. I mean, I've watched you grow. I've seen you as a journalist, but more importantly, I've seen you as a dad, as a son, all the things that make you who you are. I am so proud and so happy for you right now because you are so worthy of this, and I almost don't have the words.
I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Well, we love you. By the way, you, Craig. We know you really well. I got you this. I knew that you would cry.
By the way, I held it together.
Yes, I know. You need it for later.
And you and I had a great conversation yesterday that I needed. You're like, today, just receive it. Because I don't always do well with,
Craig sometimes will be like, I was like, but Craig, this time, like.
I'm excited. I'm honored. I'm just all the things. And I genuinely love working here. And I know it's, we're blessed to get to do these jobs. And, I love it. I love the people behind. I enjoy it, and I still pinch myself, and and I'm gonna love staying here too.
I was just about to say,
I'm not going.
The hour that makes him cry, that's the hour where he's staying.
I love the third hour, and so
we have a good thing.
You're stuck with me. I said to you a couple weeks ago, I've worked with you longer than anyone else in my career at this point.
So nutty.
It is. It is. I sometimes.
How many years? You're stuck with this.
Oh God,
it's been a decade.
13. No more than that.
It's been a decade or so.
Time.
Yes, it's Craig Melvin. Craig Melvin, he's going to be the first African-American co-host since Brian Gumbel left almost nearly 30 years ago. So Craig Melvin will get that honor on today's show with Savannah Guthrie and Holder's moving on. Now, we know Holder does the 4th hour of the day show with Jenna Bush. Well, Holder also announced that, Holder and Jenna both announced that Jenna will be doing the show called Jenna and Friends. There's going to be a revolving door of co-hosts until they feel need that they'll have a permanent co-host down the road. So Jenna and Friends, Holder Cosby is going to be signing off in January. They're going to have a big farewell for Holder. So Holder Cosby, there you go. All right. On the Tamron Hall show, Tamron Hall had a whole list of guests this week. Tamron Hall, biggest guest that week was former Bad Boy rapper and now Speaker of the House of Belize. He's running for president. Baltimore Shine, the rapper who took the fall for Diddy when Diddy was at that nightclub with Jennifer Lopez and the shooting. And Shine took the fall for it, and now Shine has written a book, and Shine has started a new docuseries for Hulu. And Shine talked about how he was being the fall guy for Diddy and what his new purpose in life is going to be. Take a look.
Nightclub shooting that changed his life forever. His co-defendant, Sean Combs, was acquitted of all charges. This is an exclusive conversation. That point really stuck out. Mm-hmm. I never heard you say it.
Yeah.
That you were the fall guy.
Well, that's the interesting thing. I believe that, the power of Diddy, the entertainer, the person that dominated pop culture, was so loud for so long that no one heard myself and my mom and my supporters when we were crying about our lives being destroyed and devastated by Diddy. You look at that, that's one of my first magazine covers, well, probably my second or my third.
It says hip-hop's most wanted.
And they really didn't mean that I was on the run. They meant that everybody wanted to sign me. So it was like a double entendre.
It was, but then it became, so this is when everyone wanted you.
I was already incarcerated. And they were offering me millions of dollars.
Which you talk about I didn't know that, you're incarcerated, Rikers Island, and there's a bidding war because, as one of the people, I think Nori said in the documentary, that you now had this alleged shooting, this criminal case, and it made you to the music industry authentic, that the industry was looking for that.
Well, I think Nori was talking about the bidding war that took place before I actually signed my first record deal. And then after all of the tragedies befell me and I was incarcerated, turn around without showing all of the failures, without showing all of the torture, without showing all of the pitfalls. You have to show everything.
So you were in Belize and the news broke of...
I don't believe in getting my friends in trouble. But at this point, I'm not going to make up anything to sensationalize my narrative because I don't feel I need to do that. If Diddy was not in... If Diddy was not incarcerated right now, my story would still be incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Right? The entire intent of the documentary was to celebrate life. And the problem I think some of us as human beings have is we want sunshine without rain. We don't appreciate the perfection of balance, right? You see, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's balance, and that's what we need in our lives. And so the complexity of evolution is going through all these different spots and then getting to the point where I'm at right now where I don't hate anyone. I don't blame anyone. No, I don't feel any joy. I go to Brooklyn every day to use the mikveh. And I don't feel happy like, oh, Diddy's in federal custody. Yeah, I prefer God to make me a multi-billionaire and grow the GDP.
Yeah, Shine saying that he's done with Diddy. He said whatever happens with Diddy, he's at peace with Diddy. At first he was mad, but now he came to the realization that Diddy's gonna do what he wants to do, and he's at peace with it. But a lot of people would also question, why did you take got Diddy to get it for this country? That's why recently was with Diddy performing a couple of years ago. One or two. All right. We'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is the Take here on Connect TV. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Take. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dixie. Glad you joined us here on the Take on this Monday, November 18, 2024. Join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHillConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to the political rundown. On the political rundown this week, what a political rundown we have for you. It's like history repeats itself again. We now know that Donald Trump is now the president-elect after defeating Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. Now, President Trump returns to Washington and meets up with the man that defeated him 4 years ago, after Trump didn't do the same for the man that defeated him, doing a welcome meet and greet. Well, let's look at it right here.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you, Donald, congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So good. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much. And a transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
President Biden did a meet and welcome Trump back to the White House and called it a smooth transition of power. Now, Trump didn't do the same for Biden 4 years ago. It's kind of messed up that somebody else had to do it. You got defeated, now you coming back in, you want that same treatment. Why couldn't you do that for him when Obama and everybody else was doing that for you? It just shows you Donald Trump's mindset and how Donald Trump thinks and stuff when it comes to his own business interests. I get it. You got to step on people's and stuff, but a little bit courtesy would have been helpful for Donald Trump 4 years ago, but he didn't want to do that. Well, we know that Trump also getting a lot of news as well. Trump with his cabinet members, his cabinet picks, they're talking about the circuit's going to be really coming out. These are his cabinet picks. You got Chelsea Gabbard trying to be running the Department of National Intelligence Community. Matt Gaetz perhaps could be running the Justice Department as Attorney General. Some Pete Hegseth as the Secretary of Defense. I mean, this is ridiculous. Donald Trump, come on now. These people are in their 40s and they are not qualified. And I think he knows that and he don't care. He wants them in their positions because he don't want nobody else to, as a senior member of those departments, not questioning him and telling him no. He wants them to go along with everything that he wants done. So Donald Trump's got to be a little bit observant on that. But some of the Senate committee saying they might not go through with all his picks because they're going to get grilled left and right. And it's going to be watching it as we go here on the Take. And if it comes up, it just comes up, man. It just comes up. All right. And finally, the viral video of the week. On the viral video of the week, Okay, we continue to talk about the Jake. Ooh, I like the red. Yeah. Okay. We continue to talk about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight from Netflix. There was a lot of screaming issues as well. People were talking about when they were watching the fight, the screaming was not working and stuff. Jake Paul and them felt that way about how it went down and how it did. Did the lights come out? Okay, there you go. A little bit better. Jake Paul and the rest of them with that, but a lot of people were talking about Mike Tyson's. Oh my God, this is Mike Tyson's. But also too, she shattered records. Netflix had problems with their screaming, buffering, because when I was watching it, you seen it and then it just stopped for a minute. The picture was just froze, and then next thing you know, it'll come back on. So Netflix got a lot of concerns and stuff in their hands, but the fight lived up to it. But everybody was talking about Mike Tyson's, you know what, and how that went down. All right, that's gonna do it here for the take. I've been your host, Skidra Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of the take here on Connect TV. See you later.